Alright, I had a little technical mishap. I accidentally turned off the camera. But in any case, Wii U console, and it's now should be coming up on the screen here. Should be. There we go. So, Wii U console. Okay. And let's go ahead and focus in on this side right there. You can see my purchased games and apps and a quick start. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my stylus there. We're going to try and start the system settings. I'm going to select my user. Alright, so you can see this is the same system. There is a update to the end user license agreement. From this point on, I'm going to do this on the screen so that's easier to see. I hit OK. This is an important agreement that applies to your use of the Wii U. Please note it says Wii U, not Wii U software or anything else like that. The entire Wii U. First and foremost, if you are under the age of 18, stop. You must get a parent or legal guardian to read and accept the agreement. Okay, so if you're an emancipated minor under 17, you probably still get through that because that's technically your own legal console. But scroll down here and get to the point where I'm having a problem. First one says software license. You may use the software content and data that came with your Wii U or that is compatible with and authorized for use on your Wii U, including any updates or replacement to that software content or data that we or our authorized providers make available to you, collectively the software. Subject to the terms of this section. The software is licensed, not sold. Okay, so we're going to stop right there. The software is required to make the hardware work. They're talking about your system updates in this. The BIOS, the internal functions of the Wii U. I don't own any of that because it's licensed to me. However, in order for me to use the purchased hardware, which I supposedly do own, I have to have that software. The European Union, their courts in Europe have decided that that sort of thing is no joy. Yeah, doesn't matter what the EULA says. In Europe, you have the right to be able to resell your software. Licensing agreements, whatever they say, that doesn't matter. So in the terms of this, and I'm not a lawyer, but it would interpret to me that I have the right to sell the software with the hardware should I decide I want to resell it. Okay. That being said, we're going to skip through this part because it's not relevant. We're going to get over here to where it says the Wii U console and accessories. I'll actually bring this up here so it's easier to see. Get that focused. Here we go. And we're going to start from right here. The Wii U consoles and accessories, the software, and any services available using the Wii U, collectively the Wii U system, are constantly evolving. And we may update or change your Wii U system in whole or in part without notice to you. Let me go ahead and say that part again. Without notice to you. Okay, we may update or change your Wii U system in whole or in part without notice to you. Okay, so here's what happened. This system was connected to the internet. This end-user license agreement came down. Part of the exchange for being hooked up to the internet means that I get to purchase software for use on my system through the Nintendo Store. The exchange for that is that a system update pretty much happens automatically. With this system update, which is really just an end-user license agreement update, I have no option to not agree. There's just an agree button. That's it. I can't choose to disagree. I can hit the language button, and I can view this in a different language, but I still have to accept or agree to the terms or the end-user license agreement. But I don't agree to that, because here's what happened. They pushed a software update that really is just for the end-user license agreement. I'm expected to agree. If I don't agree, I do not want them to push updates or changes without my knowledge. If I don't agree, I can't use my system. There's literally nothing I can do but hit agree or language, or turn off the system. If I try hitting the TV button, I get the guide. Alright, and try to hit OK. Doesn't let me do anything. That's the menu system of my monitor. It's not the Wii U itself. I can change the input, I suppose. But there's really nothing here I can do that's related to the Wii U controls. So it doesn't matter, what I push, nothing happens there. If I hit the start button, it goes back to the language section. If I hit the home button, it won't let me go home. So my system is pretty much locked out. What I can do is hit the power button. So I've just powered off the Wii U. I'm trying to power it back on. Let's just try to start a game. I select my user. I get that menu out of there. That menu's annoying. There we go. And already, I'm looking at the remote control scheme, but on your guys' video there, you can see there is an update to the end user license agreement. Just says OK. Doesn't let me bypass it, doesn't let me do anything. So, end user license agreement, once again, you hit OK. Wii U comes up and we get the exact same thing. There is no way out of this. If you don't agree to the end user license agreement, you cannot use your Wii U. This is an expensive system. This is the Legend of Zelda edition of the system. Box for it's right up there. Okay. A little Triforce logo. I purchased this with good faith that Nintendo would not try to be like Microsoft or Sony and try to lock down my system that I've purchased, my hardware, to the point that it would become unusable. Right now, I have called Nintendo yesterday, and they told me, one of the representatives told me, and he was just trying to help me out, that I should just agree to the terms of service at this point and go ahead and disable the internet access so that it won't download any more updates. But inherently, that means that I would be breaking the end user license agreement because I do not agree to the license, and yet they would have me with no legal standing of my own to say that I did not agree to these terms of service. They said, you hit the agree button. You obviously agreed to these terms of service, or the end user license agreement. Well, I don't. I don't agree to that. I haven't even read through the whole thing. I just got to that one section, and I stopped, because without notice to you, that's anti-consumer. This is really bad. There may never be anything that Nintendo is trying to do that is malicious in any way, shape, or form. But down here is my Sony PlayStation 3, which is probably not even really visible. You can see the PS2 sticking out there, but yeah, my PS3. I've not used that system in about 2 years, maybe more, because they pushed out an end-user license agreement update that said the exact same thing. They could push whatever software they want, change my system, update it however they want to, without notifying me. And right before they pushed that update out, there was a previous update that disabled the other OS operating system. If I didn't agree to take that update, I couldn't play online, I couldn't use my purchased programs, I couldn't play with my friends, I couldn't use new software. That was something that was unknown to me at the time. I could only use other OS and stuff that I'd already bought for it. If I did agree to their terms of service, their end-user license agreement, and the update, they would wipe out half my hard drive space because other OS existed, and they did not want me to access other OS. So I ask you, because of what Sony did, this is once bitten, twice shy. If you purchase a system with an expectation of having a certain feature, and later on down the line an update removes that feature, you'd want to be informed about that update before it happens. With this end-user license agreement that Nintendo is trying to push now, and Sony has pushed in the past, you don't get that option. As a consumer, this is terrifying. You could purchase a game system, and 6 months down the line, the company could go ahead and say, you know what? I don't want to go ahead and continue using this. I don't want to maintain the cost of handling a game system anymore. So we're just going to make this a DVD player. And essentially you've purchased a DVD player because the company can do whatever they want and you're forced to agree to it or not use it. 1 week ago, I was playing Hyrule Warriors. I just bought the game. I bought 2 copies because I'm a Zelda fanatic. One of my copies is sealed. The other one is in the system right now. And I can't use it. I don't play online. I only have it accessible online to do store. Nintendo is basically forcing me to not be a customer anymore of their store. I can't use my purchased games at all on this Wii U system. And this is highly upsetting for me. A lot of people that I know in our gaming communities wouldn't care about something like this. They just want to, have the ability to access their games. And, well, that's fine and all. But if you don't read these end-user license agreements, you don't know what rights you're giving up. And I encourage everyone to take the time and not gloss these over. These things should be illegal. You pay $300 some odd for a system, and however many dollars for your software that you use on that system. You should retain some right to what you've purchased, some guarantee that you can use the system as you saw fit. And the analogy that I had to make with Nintendo's representatives yesterday was, what happens if you went out and purchased a brand new car? You bought it from Ford. You bought it from Toyota. Doesn't matter who. And you drive your car every day. You're happy with your purchase. You wanted to show your purchase to other people and recommend your purchase. I bought a brand new Ford Mustang. I bought a brand new Toyota Prius. And I love this thing. I bought a brand new Nintendo Wii U. And I love this thing. And then one day, you wake up, you go out to your car, and you find that the car will not open. The doors are all locked. And outside that car's window is a note from Ford or Toyota or Nintendo. And that note says, hey, you got to agree to this. You don't give another option. You're not, saying, hey, I don't want to agree to these terms. I want my old terms back. I want how I was using the system before to prevail. No, you're just given this option that says an agree button. And your Ford Mustang or your Toyota Prius or your Nissan whatever, your Chevy, your Dodge, it doesn't matter who makes it. That note that's on there tells you that if you don't use one particular type of gas, or if you don't agree to let the GPS system control your throttle, or if you ever decide that you want to swap out, if you don't leave in the stock radio, that your system won't start anymore. You're not able to even open the door unless you agree to that. Now, that's a little disturbing. Nobody in the United States would agree to having their usage of their property that they've purchased violated in that manner. Granted, the companies, the Ford, Toyota, they can all say, hey, if you don't agree to take it to our service center, then we might void your warranty. Well, there might be some legal grounds for that. There might be possible. I think antitrust laws are in place to protect consumers from that. But I'm not sure. Again, I'm not a legal expert. However, if you went ahead and spent thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars on a new product, hardware that you supposedly own, what's to say that I can't take the hardware, take the shell off and, put on a see-through shell? What's to say that I don't want to take my car to a car painter and get it painted in yellow polka dots? It's my car. I should be allowed to do that, right? If I have purchased it outright. I have no lien holder on it. So, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I know this video ran kind of long. Might have to do some editing, but this is what's going on right now. That was what was explained in Nintendo. I'm supposed to get a call back from Nintendo about this situation and what they're going to be able to do for me. because I don't agree to this end user license agreement immediately from that first section, and I haven't even finished reading it all the way through yet. Thanks.